Tune in to UFO Undercover, Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern, with your host, Joe Montaldo, right here on the Paranormal Radio Network.
Every scar tells a tale untold. Every breath makes the night grow cold. The hunter's heart and the prey's last rhyme all collide in the world of true crime. Truth is lurking in the lies they read. Justice waits for those who breathe. Through the dark we'll trace the line. Welcome to the world of true crime.
What's out there? What creates the shadows in the corners or the creatures of the dark? Who are those on the other side? What do they have to say? This is the Gateway Podcast. This is not your normal style of paranormal talk radio. Brought to you live from United Public Radio Network, 107.7 FM New Orleans.
Oh man, not again. I just screwed up. Let me see how I can do this. Okay, hold on, guys. There I am. How are you this morning, this afternoon, or this evening, or in the morning, wherever you're at? Hi, my name is Sean Kelly, and I am the host of Into the Night. And I'm on UPRN Talk Radio 105.3 Mississippi, 107.7 New Orleans. Hey, Kurt, good to see you. I'm hot as hell, Kurt. It's hotter than hell. You know, it's been over 100 degrees today. And it's just unbelievable. Vet Girl, good to see you. Sebastian, thank you for popping in, brother. But I want to thank Joe Montaldo, who is the founder, who founded the UPRN Talk Radio, for allowing me to come on Sunday nights and Tuesday nights, 8:10 to 9:10 p.m. We also have a bunch of other good shows on here, hosts, every day of the week, Sunday through Saturday. You can catch me on Friday nights, News on the Flip Side, with Joe, Jay, and Michael. It starts at 10 p.m. and done at 1 a.m. And, of course, the number one show on the platform, The Chat, Saturday night, 7:30 to about 10 o'clock. And again, it's with Michael, Joe, Jay, and me. And The Chat is such a good show. I mean, we talk about everything and anything. Who knows? And we're allowed to cuss. We're allowed to cuss because it is NC-17. And the Friday night News on the Flip Side, we're allowed to cuss too. That's mainly political stuff that we talk about on there. But I want to welcome you to my show tonight. Like I told Kurt, hey Heidi, good evening, good to see you. Hope everything's going great for you, Heidi. Glad to see you on here, buddy. But I don't know, like Kurt, like I told Kurt, it is hotter than hell here in Pittsburgh. And, you know, I keep checking the weather, and there's no letting up for it. And you know what? 2 weeks ago, it was colder than hell, and it rained every freaking day. And it was cold. And all of a sudden, this heat front comes in, and it's a staying. I'm glad you're resting, hon. Don't even lift a spoon for some ice cream. Okay. Don't even make some peanut butter cookies. Okay. No, you just relax, drink a cup of coffee or pop, whatever you're doing, and you just relax, honey. But I don't know. Is it paranormal, this weather? Is it, it is miserable, Kurt. Is it paranormal or is it another thing that's happening? Because never in my life have I ever seen a heat wave just stay in one place. It's not going nowhere. And it's just not Pittsburgh, it's everywhere, all the way out to the East Coast. Heidi says, sounds good, Sean, will do. Our cold front came through yesterday and it dropped 15 instantly. Well, Heidi, I hope to goodness gracious that cold front comes over here to Pittsburgh and cools shit off a little bit because it is freaking miserable. It is so miserable. It's unbelievable. So tonight, real quick, don't forget CL Thomas, my friend CL, who will be co-hosting me every other Sunday on my show Into the Night on Sunday nights. I'm really looking forward to that. She has a show on right after me. Thank you, Heidi. Thank you. CL has her podcast on right after me at 9:10 p.m. It's called the Gateway Podcast. And so when you're done listening to mine, just go over, hit the link. Maybe Heidi, if you can, if it's not too much, I don't want you to do anything stressful. If you could put a link in there for people to go to. Hey, CL, good to see you. And it's hotter than Hades. I'm sorry. So I don't know. I was debating today because I haven't been feeling good. Thank you, dear. And I was debating today on what I should talk about. So I was thinking of putting another Raw Fair show on. And talking about this. Cindy Mitch, much love to you too. Or just talk about something. So something popped into my mind. I said, weird places in Pennsylvania. I also, the people in the chat room who have other places that they live near that's pretty weird things, or their state, feel free to pop it into the comments and we can talk about it. But I don't know, Pennsylvania is weird. There is a lot of paranormal stuff that happens all over in Pennsylvania. Because you figured that most of it has to deal with the Revolutionary War. And then you get into Gettysburg and you got the Civil War. So 2 wars fought here in Pennsylvania. And when you go, especially out east, it's just freaking insane. And then you come out here to the southwestern part of PA, where I live. We're right smack in the Appalachian Mountains. So God only knows what is out there. Then we have a battlefield up here, Revolutionary one, Bushy Run. And I've done investigations at Bushy Run. And I'm kind of disappointed in that battlefield, because they really don't let us explore the whole battlefield. There's only one section of the battlefield that we can really investigate. But what's crazy about Bushy Run is the surrounding houses that surround that battlefield, because a lot of people, we've done a lot of investigations up around that area. Denver International Airport is always a hot topic. How true is that, Heidi? How true is the Denver International Airport? I read so much about it, but I don't know if it's all conspiracy or if it's real. I don't know. And But a lot of people think that, because they're in brand new house complexes, I guess what you want to call, and a bunch of the houses are in cul-de-sacs. And a lot of people would, have a lot of hauntings. And it really, really scared the hell out of them up there. And they didn't know if it was a lost loved one or if it was related to them. They didn't know. And but when we come to find out, and we went and we investigated about 8 houses out there, and what it came down to, it wasn't any of their family members. It wasn't any of a loved one. Hey, Donna, good to see you. Thank you for stopping in tonight. And a lot of it was the people, the settlers, the people who lived on the land before those houses were built. Heidi says they're proud of their weird. I believe all legends, myths, lores are based on some truth somewhere. Thank you, Heidi. And I don't, so it, I don't know. But I forgot to say, where I go do my stuff, and hey, Sebastian, good to see you. Where I get all my stuff for my shows is the Castle Singing Library. And I want to give them a shout out tonight. And the lady who helps me out a lot her name is Sam. Okay. And she's really, really big into cryptids. So, I asked her, I said, for helping me out so much, how would you like to come on my show and we can talk about cryptids? And she was just like, hey, Scots, man, good to see you, brother. I hope all the Bigfoot are like jumping in the lakes or the rivers down there. It's so damn hot. And I bet it's really hot down there too, brother. But so one day I'm going to have her on and we're going to talk cryptids, especially the ones in Pennsylvania. She told me one today when I had to go do some business over there. And, I left the paper downstairs. And so I'm going to wait until she comes on and we're going to talk about it. But come to find out, there's a lot of weird crap out here. And I'm also, just going through YouTube today, and I'm going to have a show on it. There's like 10 ghost towns here in Pennsylvania that I would love to talk about. And I think I'm going to have that like pretty soon because I find it interesting. I was just watching a little bit of the YouTube, and I know where a lot of these places are at. So that is about it. But something else. Okay, Kurt says, I've always been curious about Centralia, PA, where the abandoned coal mine caught fire in 1962, and that's the year I was born. And I guess last I heard it's still burning today, but not sure why people say it's haunted. Kurt, you took the words right out of my mouth. I've been to Centralia, okay, and there, I see. To me, Centralia is just another little town that lost its zip code and because of the the coal mine being catching on fire. And yes, it's still burning today. And they say it's going to burn for a long time. I, to me, and I've been through Centralia, and to me, it really wasn't haunted. Okay, I'm back. That was weird. That was really, really weird. Um, that happened. I just completely knocked me out of there. And I don't know, maybe it's a spirit from Centralia that's telling me not to do it anymore, not to talk about it, but I ain't. But the big deal about Centralia, Kurt, was I want to say it's due to the movie The House on Haunted Hill. Joe Fox, good to see you, buddy. Glad to see you too, Joe. I hope you're staying cool, buddy. Um, but that was, that time was based on one of the horror movies that was out there, and I think that's the only reason why Centralia is such a so-called so-called haunted place. Yeah, it was weird. Talking about glitching, Heidi. That was a massive glitch here. So to me, Centralia isn't haunted. Now, I mean, it's any other place that you go to. Every place on this earth has haunted or haunted. I guarantee it. And I take it to the bank that every house on this earth, every building on this earth, at least, at least has a couple ghosts in them. Guaranteed. Now, in another place, and you guys know that I talk about this. Oh, man, not a problem, brother. But Kurt says, thanks for the info. Appreciate it. That's cool. You've been there. Heidi says, remember, Sean, I was telling you about the underground fires here in Boulder. They finally got the fires out by mixing different souls or something. Souls? Soils. Okay, hon. That's funny. That's funny. Souls. I'm reading that and I'm thinking, holy crap, souls. As Joe Fox says, Centralia is that far from me. Never been there though. All I know is I've been there like once or twice, and I know it's like an hour and a half from Gettysburg toward the east, northeast. Because I have a friend up there who lives up there, and we go investigating paranormal up there. Heidi says, "Oh my hell, it's funny as hell." That's funny. Yeah, souls, different souls. Oh gosh, you're not going to hear that one down for a while. But and you guys know that I talk about Blue Miss Road, okay? And it's crazy. I decided to Google, the most 10 weirdest places in Pennsylvania, and believe it or not, Blue Miss Road comes up. And when I first started investigating, I used to take everybody who wanted to be in the group, and I would take them out there because it's only like about a mile, 2 miles long, and you have to park, and then you got to walk about 2 miles. And there's all kinds of different stories about it. And what was told to me a long, long time ago was before it became a county park, which is North Park, it used to be all farmland. And on this farm, on the farmland, that they used to hang people. That would be black people, that would be white people. Okay. Mainly black. There was a lot of really bad witchcrafty stuff going on back there, and a lot of satanic things going on back there. And then they have what you call the hanging tree, where they hang the people from. I mean, it is so scary. It really, really is. I mean, you're walking down, and then you hear noises because on the hills or down by the creek, and you don't know what it is. It's craziness. Joe says, my most haunted place is my memories of my ex-wife. Oh, gosh. Okay. I ain't going there, brother. I ain't going there. But there's also another place. It's the Montour Bike Route. And what that is that you start off in Hendersonville, Pennsylvania, not too far from me, and you walk, and what it used to be was an old railroad. Um, it's where the railroad came in. And when we started investigating it, there was a major train wreck inside this tunnel. And you could actually, people say, well, you could see people walking the bridge and you can hear strange noises. You can hear people crying. You can hear people wailing, you know, and moaning. And so, at the time when we first started it, the bridge was a wooden bridge and it was falling apart, so you really actually could not get into the tunnel. I wouldn't have crossed it, no. But later on down the road, they actually did, fix the bridge and they put a more stronger one in there. And so we decided to go all the way into the tunnel. And it was me and another dude that went in there to do some investigation. And we kept our mouth shut. We really didn't say anything. And you could actually, and I'll take this to my grave, okay? You could actually hear the screaming. We heard screaming. We heard crying. We heard children crying. No, it's okay, Michelle. You're allowed to be late. It's okay. Hey, Brian, good to see you. Joe Spahawk says, I do believe I have heard of stories of that tunnel wreck now that you speak of it. Yeah. Um, but we heard the wailing. We heard the crying. We actually heard the train go through that tunnel. And, it's real easy for me. It takes a lot to creep me out. Okay. I mean, a lot. And I'm not, um, being egotistical when I say I never get creeped out, but I really don't. But the night we were in there creeped me out. And I said, we got to go. We got to leave this place because my spidey senses were not picking up happy things. And it was sad, pure sad. And so we turned around and walked back. But along that bike path, okay, um, yeah, we encountered a bobcat. No shit. Thank God my boy had a gun on him because he brought that up. But you're walking down this bike path and you just see shadows coming right at you. No shit, really. You see shadows coming. Hey, Mark Eddie. Um, and you see shadows moving across the bike trail. And um, it was like really, really interesting. We never got any good EVPs on there. And honestly, you could see the shadows, you could see them moving, you could see them walking towards you. But try to take a picture, you just can't. And even trying to get a video, they just don't show up. And it is kind of mind boggling because you're actually seeing them, but you can't pick them up. Joe Fox says, well, I don't believe I would ever want to experience that. Oh, Joe, maybe the first couple times it kind of like scare you or whatever, make you run or whatever. It's okay. But you know what? After doing it for such a long time, my friend, okay, you. And I'm back. Happened again. This is like really too insane. And I'm wondering if I know, dude. Oh my God, Boot Monster. Yes, you ain't lying, Brian. That was crazy. That happened to me before, dudes. And I'm like, wow. And you know what? I'm sure it's going to happen again. So, those to me right now, I have so many places that I could tell you where I had a lot of lot of crazy places in Pennsylvania. Thank you, that girl. Appreciate it. Anybody out there? Joe, Michelle, Brian, anybody out there have any places where they live? I know Facebook keeps kicking me off there, Cindy, and I don't know why. I've been a good boy. I don't know. But I'm not getting mad. But I mean, it's ridiculous to get mad at being kicked off, because you guys know I'm not going anywhere. I'll be back when I can. But I don't know. I know it just is like crazy. Every time I'm talking about these guests, I'm getting kicked off. It's just getting kicked off, and I'm like craziness. But there is something I do want to bring up. Kurt says, yeah, no doubt, son. I've experienced that also when I was younger, walking through the woods. It's crazy how something so plain in sight can be so evasive to get proof or a picture reading anything. I was burned off. You were bumped off of YouTube, Heidi. CL says in PA, areas around the Amish towns are strange. Oh, Lancaster, PA, yeah. Yes, in PA. Everything I have told so far in the show has happened around me in PA. And I would love to go out east. Joe Fox says there was a home by me that had been torn down by Crystal Lake that was said to have 3 family members plastered into the walls. Holy shit. That's insane. Wow, that's crazy. Crystal Lake. I'm going to have to look it up. I know there's a Crystal Lake where out there in Oregon, I think it is, or Washington State, one of them. But I didn't know there was a Crystal Lake here in Pennsylvania. But maybe I'm not going to get to tell you what's going on, what I want to share with you, because a lot of people have brought this up to me and asked me if I could put it out on the air for everybody. And you know what? I said I will do that for them. Okay, so we are coming up on the 30-minute mark. So what I'm going to do is I am going to have my break now. And when I come back, I will talk about it. Now, Brian says, I think that maybe spirits and the like find us in not necessarily a location all the time. Although, for example, particular things are seen around here, headless horsemen riding home on I would love to see the headless horseman. Honest to God, I would love to see headless horseman. But we're going to go to a break. When I come back, I'll share what some people have asked me to. Okay, so I will see you in over a minute, maybe a minute 30. So just hold on, and I will be with you in a second. There we go. What can we go with now? Let's go with this.
Are you ready to explore the unknown? Dive into the world of the strange, mysterious, and unexplained with Eerie Expeditions magazine. Each issue is packed with spine-tingling tales, cutting-edge paranormal investigations, and exclusive insights into hauntings, cryptids, UFOs, and more. Whether you're a seasoned investigator or just love a good ghost story, Eerie Expeditions magazine has something for you. Join our growing community of truth seekers and adventure lovers. Subscribe today at EerieExpeditionsMagazine.com and unlock the secrets of the supernatural. Are you ready? That's EerieExpeditionsMagazine.com, where the extraordinary is just a click away. Dare to
But what if dragons were more than fantasy? Are they guardians, monsters, or misunderstood relics of a lost age? Join us live every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern on Beneath the Hollow Moon.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. Welcome to Into the Night with me, your host, Sean Kelly. I want to thank UPRN Talk Radio, 105.3 Mississippi, 107.7 New Orleans. And my friend CL has her podcast coming on right after mine at 9:10 p.m. And it's called the Gateway Podcast. And whenever you're done listening to mine, then go and hit the link to her show. And I do believe I saw who her guest was, and it sounds like it's going to be a very interesting show. And another thing with CL is that every other Sunday, she's going to co-host my Sunday show with me. So I'm really looking forward to that. You know, we tried it Sunday and it worked out really perfect. Got a lot of good feedback off it. So I was like totally impressed. I mean, it was great. I had a great time with it. I want to thank my friend Sam from the Castle Shannon Library for helping me, get some of my stuff that I need. She's really big into the cryptids, and I'm going to have her on my show one day. So I think it's just, I'm looking forward to that. Okay, hold on. We got some comments in here. Okay, Joe says Crystal Lake, I believe, is in Greenfield Township, only 15 minutes away. The family's last name was Tinker, and their cemetery wasn't far from the homestead, and their family names are on the tombstones. I have witnessed that with my own eyes. Well, when I come out and visit you, Joe, we're going to definitely go. Brian says, yeah, it was up the country and dark, so I figured it was someone on a horse. I could hear the trotting. The horse snarls and thought nothing of it till I saw it had no head. It just passed on by. Oh gosh, Brian, I got to find out. I don't know. I think that's up in New York. I'm not sure, but I hope I do get to see a headless horseman. I want to see that. I mean, Halloween's coming up. Wouldn't that be great? Going out on Halloween, going somewhere, and all of a sudden you see the headless horseman. That would be awesome. Joe says, Sean, I love this stuff. Your show and chat people are awesome. Thank you, Joe. Yes, they are. My people in here, my angels, my guardian angels, they are awesome, man. Cindy says that would be interesting having the lady on that help you gather information. It is, Cindy. She's a really nice lady, too. And she helps me out. Yeah, Kevin here, by the way. Yes, I know that, though. No Pumpkinhead either. Nah, well, you know what? Maybe there is. Maybe. You know what? I was thinking that Charlie Brown Halloween one, the Great Pumpkin. Has anybody ever thought about going to a pumpkin patch on Halloween night and just like looking for the Great Pumpkin? Anybody? Not one person out there has gone to a pumpkin patch looking for the Great Pumpkin? Nah, me neither. But you know what? I might give it a shot this year. All I think about Halloween is watching the children go around laughing and getting candy the smell of apple cider in the air. I love apple cider. Yes, oh my gosh. And I love it. CL says, I went up to Sleepy Hollow in New York, Hudson Valley. It is really spooky. Imagine what it was like back in colonial times. It would have been more rural, not as busy. Oh, wow. CL, I got to go. Heidi says, my dad most likely had thought about that. Really? Brian says, interesting pumpkin patch hunt. That would be awesome. That would be great. I think I would like that, especially if it's a windy type night, Joe Fox says. Well, your dad's awesome, man. If he loves Snoopy, Charlie Brown, he's a good dude. He knows his stuff. But yeah, apple cider, going to the pumpkin patch, looking for the great pumpkin. That would be so neat. That would be so cool. Donna says you need to visit Ohio, and I will take you to the haunted cabin I was working at. Hello, oh, Donna, buddy. You're not too far away. I might just take a day trip down, or maybe stay the night. But I definitely want to go down there where you're at. But I just love Halloween. I'm really looking forward to coming up. It's not too far away. It's the great pumpkin, Charlie Brown. You know it, Vet Girl. You know it. But what now I can bring up what I want. Not too much time. I didn't really want to dwell on this a lot. But a lot of people have come up to me, and I have seen it online in the paranormal field. I've seen it in all kinds of other fields too. And it's about egos. Okay. Oh, you know what? Heidi, Charlie Brown Christmas trees, we have one. My brother or my mother bought one. It is so cool. They got one bulb. It is great. We still have it. I love it. But it's about the egos, everybody, And, I'll be the first one to admit, back when I started in 2006, I had an ego. I thought, I was the best ghost hunter out there and all kinds of shit. And I was proud of my pictures. I talked the talk and I even walked the walk, but, I did have an ego on it. And as time went by, a lot of people put me in my place with that ego. And I lost a lot of friends. I lost a lot of other paranormal investigators who I used to investigate because it was me and my ego. And I gave Pittsburgh Paranormal Society a major ego. And then all of a sudden, one day, nobody wanted investigations. Nobody wanted this, wanted that. And I was like, what the hell's going on here? Why we were so busy, we were doing things, and I was getting mad because we weren't. I had a persona to uphold because I was the best paranormal investigator out there, and my team was the best. And Brian says, "Am I in a parallel chat?" LOL. Don't see some call outs. Yeah, okay. Everybody call out to Brian to see where everybody's at. But and I learned a valuable lesson on that. When it came to the paranormal investigations, I always relied on other people to help me. And no one helped me. And I couldn't figure out why. And oh, it's Kevin. Why do I keep saying Brian? I don't know. I don't know, Brian. I don't know Kevin. But it's not good. And I learned a valuable lesson, trying to get people to do my work for me. And when I found out that they weren't, that means I had to get off my lazy ass and start doing what I needed to do for me in order for make the group to grow. And that was a big reality check for me. It really was. Because I sat on my porch one night and I said to I just talking to spirit at the time, and I'm like, what the hell's going on here? Why? What was going on? And then all of a sudden, I heard that word, that little sentence. He says, Sean, you have a freaking ego. You have one massive ego. You count on everybody else doing stuff for me and for you. And if you really want this to work, then you are going to have to work and do it yourself. And that's the truth. In school, okay. Kevin says, in school, a lot confused me with Brian as well. Too funny, I know. Psychic things. But I had to figure out how to do my investigations. I had to go find investigations. I had to get people to go to do the investigations. But at the time, I was so damn lazy. But I also had that ego where, I think everybody should just drop everything and do it for me. And it just did not work that way. I lost a lot of friends because of that. And I'm back. That's number 3. They do say 3 is a charm on that. But if you have a group, no matter what you do, paranormal, UFOs, yeah, they are boot monsters tonight. Thank you, Heidi. you know, it's your responsibility to do what you need to do for that group. Sure, if you get people, thank you, Vet Girl. I know, 3. Oh, shit, Michelle was kicked off too. But you have a group. It don't matter what type of group. It don't even have to be in the paranormal field. It could be anything. Bowling team, a dart team, baseball team, softball, football team. And you have to put the work in order for it to make it right, to let it grow. So I'm looking at a lot of people out there online, and a lot of paranormal groups are coming up and they're talking to me, and they're saying, we don't understand why these groups have egos on us. And I just told the people, I'm like, you know what? Just sit back, relax, do your own thing. Do your own investigations, get your own evidence. If you want to be popular, if you want to be out there, write a book. Write a book. Or write 2 books and get them out there. And then you might become popular. But being in these fields, there's no need to be popular. And this, I'm speaking from me. I just needed to quit being popular and just go out and investigate and help people. And that's one thing I never did, was cut down another group. I never told another group that I was better than them. Never did. And a lot of people who were in my group at the beginning left my group and they went on their own thinking, they could do pretty good. And they didn't. And I told them when they left, I said, listen, give me a call if you need help. I'd be more than happy to help you. And they never did. But you know what? That's on them, and that's okay. They made that choice, and then they made that effort of going out and starting their own group, and I guess it didn't quite work out right. Oh, Cindy, thank you. Cindy said, that's why we love you, Sean. Ah, thank you. I'm blushing. You got an Irishman to blush. Oh, that's cool. Thank you, Cindy. That was really nice of you. But just go out and investigate yourself. Enjoy your investigations and have fun. That was my number one rule in my group, is to have fun. You got to have fun. I see a lot of groups that are very regimental, and I couldn't have fun doing that. Nope, not at all. Uh, Even my headless horseman story got lost in the parallel chat. Did it really, buddy? The truth doesn't seem to be popular to most people, so go for the truth and none of the ego popularity. Couldn't even agree more. It's about doing what you love and having fun doing it. That is so true, Kurt. You hit it right on the button, buddy. You know, if you love investigating Bigfoot, if you love doing the paranormal, you know what, everybody, then do it and have fun. And have fun. Michelle says, I think it's more important to help others too. Popularity is overrated. Duh. Right on the money there, Michelle. Absolutely. But why do you want to be popular? I wanted to at one time, and yes, I wanted to be popular, but I got knocked down a couple pegs. I had to get really humble with myself and start over from scratch. And then come to find out I did that, and then I just worked my little self way back up again, you know? And I'm okay with it. And to be honest with you guys, I don't like being popular. I don't. I don't like being popular. And I mean, there's some people out there that, because me and a friend of mine talked about this the other night. And what we talked about was, it's real hard for me to accept nice things said to me. I enjoy them. I love them when you people tell me, everybody, that I'm hot and I'm good looking, I'm sexy and I'm adorable, and all that kind of good stuff. But you know what? It was hard to accept stuff like that. And with this group of people that watch my show religiously, you know what? Honestly, I've learned to accept it. I've learned to accept the kind words that are told me. And I couldn't ask for nothing better about with all you people in the chat room doing it. I mean, like I keep telling people, you all my guardian angels. You know what I mean? Uh, Brian, I hope I got that right. Brian says popular is in the eye of the beholder. LOL. Kurt says, I love when I get to see someone open up to me when nobody else gave them a chance. You see them because full of life, like they get that spark again. Yes. Heidi says, I didn't come here to make friends. I had said that back in the day. Don't base your worth on anyone's opinion. So true. Kason finally made it. I guess you can go back to bed, my friend, because the show's almost over. But I'm glad you popped in. That was nice of you to do that. It's good to see you, buddy. But listen, we are coming up on the witching hour. It's been a very, very good show. I'm going to thank everybody coming into the chat room and talking. And please, if you can, everybody, if you're on my Facebook, Pittsburgh Paranormal Facebook page, I'm in YouTube, please share it out. If you want to, please share out the show. I would truly appreciate it. I like you, Heidi. I'm not from this planet or realm. Sorry, people. That's cute. But thank you again for coming and watching the show. This Sunday, CL will not be on with me, but she'll be on the following Sunday. And children, if you can. Oh, hold on a second. Kurt says, Sean, you're the man, brother. I love everyone in this chat, and for sure, Sean, I'll share it now. Good night, Kason. Thank you, Kurt. Thank you, Heidi. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody. Uh, Brian says, going to head over to Rift Nation. Freaking awesome paranormal show. Meet us there. Well, I love you, Sean, your show, Sean. Thank you. Children, if you can, please, please go to your parents, give them a hug, and tell them that you love them. And parents, please, if you can, or not if you can, go to your children, give them a hug, and tell them that you love them. And if you have no parents, and if you have no children, find somebody and tell them that you love them. Because those 3 words, I love you, go a long way. Don't forget, CL's, the Gateway Podcast, is coming on right after me. So if you ain't doing nothing, go over to her show, send her some love. And on that note, I will see you all next Sunday. Sweet dreams. Have a good night. Goodbye.